Hello and welcome everyone to my midlife crisis and the first episode of Riding BC. In this series, I'll bring you along on the best rides of beautiful British Columbia. This episode covers the Juan de Fuca loop, so we'll be taking the ferry from Vancouver to the island via Tsawassen to Victoria, and we'll come back with the ferry from Nanaimo to Horseshoe Bay. The actual ride on the island looks something like this.
We'll be skipping Victoria, which is nice and deserves a proper day visiting, and we'll head straight to Sooke instead and Port Renfrew, making our way back to the east coast of the island via the Pacific Marine Road to Lake Cowichan and then take the highway to Nanaimo. This is the 7 a.m. ferry at the crack of dawn in this cool morning on March the 1st.
This is how you load your bike on BC ferries. You get loaded before all the cars, make your way to the front and put the bike on the side stand, using the oversized chock against a solid bit of your bike to prevent it tipping on the other side. Watch your O2 sensor if it sticks out like mine. Anyway, weather looked promising. Sadly, I screwed up my microphone setup and I don't have any audio after this point, so that's why this is a voiceover. You can have breakfast on the boat, but if you like to sit somewhere nice instead, the first town you'll encounter is Sydney, which has a very pretty waterfront where to take a morning stroll. From there, we'll head to this very nice small road through Gowland Todd Provincial Park. I first ended here kinda by mistake, but it was so nice I decided to make it a permanent staple of my island trips. This is not the place to scrape peg, it's too tight and corners are often blind, but it's very nice nonetheless. If you are from Europe, this probably looks like, I don't know, the standard B road you can find everywhere in your nearest mountain range, but here this type of road is not very common, and when you find one it's not usually paved, so this feels to me like a real treat. Alright, nice twisty road is over, let's head to Sooke.
I'm also taking a chance to fill up in Sooke. This fill will last me for the rest of the trip. It's 6 Celsius right now, or 42 degrees in Freedom Unit. Better put on those gloves well and get back on the road. Sooke has a very nice lagoon where you can go sailing or kayaking, and the funky looking warboat you just saw parked there, actually moored, boats are moored. It's the HMCS Cowichan, a Royal Canadian Navy minesweeper that served during the Cold War and is now moored here, a private property and local attraction for a guided kayak trip. Interesting thing about it is that it's made of aluminum frame with a wood planking because it had to find mines, and those were loaded with powerful magnet to stick to the other warboat outer steel hulls. This next section to Port Renfrew does have the occasional bit of traffic, but also has dotted line pretty frequently. Overtakes are not particularly difficult, and it has multiple viewpoints on the ocean. Sadly, it's also bumpy in some section, so be a bit careful over those.
The next bit I want to show you is Botanical Beach, remarkable for the nice tidal pools. I timed this to get there with the low tide, but turns out I was a couple hours too late. Still worth visiting.
I thought it was like 50 meters from the parking, but it isn't. It's 1.5 kilometers. So surprisingly, this ride includes a hike. This is indeed pretty awesome, and there is stuff in these pools. There's animals, so a bunch of clams. How do I go there? Oh, I guess I don't, because those waves are gonna start crashing on the way to here in about 15 minutes. Yeah, look at that. Whew, beautiful.
I didn't stop for lunch because I need to make it back in time for the ferry, but I recommend the Renfrew pub in Port Renfrew. You can also do whale watching in Port Renfrew if you have time to spare, but this is still early March and it gets dark very soon. This becomes way easier in the summer with longer days. Still bloody cold, better watch those gloves. Single lane wooden bridges are abundant on this ride and I normally hate those slippery bastards. But this one is nice because it has genuinely good views. From here I'm heading off towards Lake Cowichan on what is a really beautiful stretch of road. There is all kind of twisties and it climbs a bit. I am not saying you should rip it like there's no tomorrow, but hey, I won't judge you if you do. Sadly, it's also starting to rain, and rain will get heavy enough today that I will have to stop and put away the camera and just miserably make my way to Nanaimo, strongly regretting not to have yet installed those heated grips I got on Amazon. And this was it on the 550 ferry back to the lower mainland. Hope you liked this video. See you next time.